Welcome back to more Tokyo Xtreme Racer. So last time, we defeated 3 more teams and also another boss in Trance Drive. And yeah, this time, yeah, we're almost done with stage 1, so yeah, I think we're gonna do just that, so yeah. So another thing you can do is, yeah, you can have a look and see what, like, Wanderers on the map, for example, because, yeah, considering this is gonna be a bit of a shorter night today, maybe we take on a Wanderer, but yeah, I think the only one is that one right there. But yeah, we're not so sure who that Wanderer actually is though, so yeah. It could very well be the Wanderer that I really want to go after, but we shall see. But anyway, so another like fun thing about Valet service is that yeah, if you want to make use of the legendary tutor, then your Valet service makes it very easy, because what we could do is we can go here. And then yeah, we can talk to him because yeah, it might be useful. We are going down the long gun, so to defeat red pollution, and he's giving us better exhaust. Let's do that. Because yeah, we already had the upgrades too, so this should be pretty good. So yeah, alrighty. So yeah, let's enter the course now, and then thanks to Valet service, I can go all the way back down here, and then fight the red pollution. But yeah, before that, let's go back here and see if there's more dialogue. Obviously. So I got enthusiastic man here talking about the tall boots, which they can mess up the AI sometimes. I know that could happen in all the TSR games, but anyway, you've driven a car with a turbo, right? It's actually the high-end power of a turbo unmatched. People don't know the appeal of a turbo. People don't know the appeal of a turbo, make fun of it, saying low RPM power turbo lag. So I go around giving that piece of. Generally, I think turbo cars are better. Show me your legs, not all your bare legs. I'm talking about your car switch. Yeah. I do like it where tutorial dialogue is a bit zany like that. It is seemingly a girl, which is an interesting name, so yeah, anyway. Now we've done that, let's actually go back. So yeah, again, I think turbo cars are generally better in this game. In all the TSR games too, they even had like, they could even overclock the turbos too, for some really good effects, so yeah. And we got more just generic dialogue here too, so yeah. So what we got? Some holidays, alright. Yeah, Daikoku, yeah, like I said, I think Daikoku is very famous. Like, yeah, I think it's even in, like sometimes you see it in like cutscenes in TXR3 too. It is a TSR3, but of course the actual area is not there, but anyway. Now they're talking about an A car, which is a car that's naturally a spread, so it doesn't use a turbo or a supercharger. So yeah, I actually don't know what a car that has an electric motor would be considered. I feel like that would count as forced induction, so yeah. Basically a hybrid. That's what a car with electric motor is, and there is a hybrid in this game, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so yeah, we got our upgrades, so we're a little bit faster now. Again, again, I know that I wanted to take it because yeah, we are going down the long gun or facial line, so yeah, that's obviously going to be quite useful. That around having that extra power, so yeah, and yeah, if I want to take on a Wanderer, I guess it's also quite nice too. Anyway, let's get back into it. So yeah. I do have some more topics to talk about while we're just taking on red pollution here. And yeah, red pollution is kind of interesting because, yeah, kind of like what I was saying before, it feels like they're like a combination of some other teams. Like, yeah, there are some team members from old teams, like Highway Outlaws, for example. I believe Explosion as well. They're basically like the annoying teams in TXR3 when they last, which is, I believe, when they last appeared. And then, yeah, in Import Change, they were replaced by red pollution. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, that kind of annoying team. They're also all foreigners in this game, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. So that's a bit interesting. Anyway, so yeah, I do have one interesting topic to talk about, and yeah, it's my preference for handling in racing games. And yeah, why is that the case? So yeah, I feel like TXR is kind of a weird game to talk about that with, because yeah, you don't think about the handling as much. Let's take on Rampaging Barrel here. So yeah, finally taking on Explosion here, not Explosion, Revolution. That's what maybe that guy was part of Explosion, not so sure, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, let's talk a little bit about yeah, my preference for handling. So I think yeah, the reason why is that it kind of comes from other racing games, something like Gran Turismo, for example. Because when I play Gran Turismo 4, my builds are all about high downforce, good handling. Because yeah, where I can make the big difference on the AI was with cornering. So yeah, that's why yeah, I found it very important to get my handling in a good place. So yeah, so there's that. And yeah, I much prefer having high downforce as well. I feel like as well. So yeah, like yeah, just having all that grip around the corners just really feels nice. And yeah, pretty much in every racing game, I do like to go for a high downforce setup, unless it's Tokyo touring cars, which yeah, it actually has an opposite glitch compared to the Gran Turismo games, which is kind of funny with its downforce. Like yeah, in GT1 and 2, downforce basically gave you free grip, which might be another reason why I quite like it, because yeah, it didn't actually affect your top speed like it should. Because yeah, downforce, yeah, it increases the drag, so you handle better in the corners, but you're slow in the straights because yeah, your drag is obviously worse. So yeah, that's why yeah, if a car is focused on handling, it's gonna have aero devices like a spoiler and a splitter, for example. Like yeah, my BL set has a spoiler. Again, I don't think it actually might affect downforce in this game. I'm not so sure because there isn't a downforce stat. In some racer games, if you do like a clip a rear wing or something like that, you can affect your downforce. So then yeah, by doing that, then yeah, you can obviously affect how much drag you're gonna be having. So yeah, saying all the Gran Turismo games, you could up the downforce no problem because there's no penalty in terms of drag, so your top speed is still going to be the same. You just have more grip now. And then Tokyo touring cars is the opposite, where you can lower the downforce because it doesn't actually affect your grip in the corners. So then you can lower your downforce, which doesn't affect your grip in the corners. So then you basically get free top speed on the straights, which considering how that game went for me, where yeah, all the high speed tracks I dominated, yeah, it definitely works. So yeah. And of course, yeah, since I took the build on a speedrunner, then yeah, it makes sense to do it. Makes you start exploits, so yeah. But anyway. So yeah. So again, in most racing games, yeah, I do prefer, good handling. If a car handles well, it also means I kind of generally prefer the game too. Like, yeah. Need for Speed Most Wanted, for example, yeah, it's normally very much praised for its handling. High grip handling. So yeah, his Pride color, which is a very interesting name in some contexts, so yeah, let's just say. And yeah, he was part of Highway Outlaws too, I remember that, so yeah. And yeah, apparently he has some beef with the team leader, so we'll read about that later. Interesting when stuff like that happens, so yeah. So yeah, let me just clear my alright, so yeah. Again, yeah, I just, prefer it when, you got that good handling, for example, yeah, like I said, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, cars just feel, so grippy around corners, they feel so satisfying to, go fast with. That's kind of why, yeah, it's kind of weird, because I feel like, yeah, for me, because the driving feels so good, I don't actually mind the fact that, yeah, outside of the cop chases, yeah, the game is pretty, there when it comes to its progression a little bit. Like, when I hear most reviews about, well, there's some like reviews about this one where they say, the driving is good, but the race events, they're kind of just there. But then, when you do the cop chases, that's when the game really shines. So that's kind of how a lot of reviews about Most Wanted go. But I feel like for me, I actually really like the races too, because again, the driving just feels so good too. Again, I can never see why it's considered the best game in the series. But again, like I said, maybe Need for Speed Top Pursuit 2010 is my favorite, because again, it means more to me. Again, that's interesting to think about, because again, I do think that, yeah, for me, personal attachment is very important, so yeah. Like, that's definitely one reason why, TXR, Tokyo Xtreme Racer, is a special game to me, because again, this game, what it represents, Genki coming back and all that, making more TXR games. That's very important to me. So yeah, and I think yeah, that's why again, all my favorite games are my favorite games. You know, they help me either get into the series or you know, they're just games that mean a lot to me. You know, in general. Like yeah, maybe it's a small thing, maybe it's a big thing. It could depend on context and stuff. But yeah, I think yeah, that's what's important for me. You know, so yeah. Like yeah, I think it might have something to do with the fact that yeah, no game is perfect. So then it's like there's a rifle here. That's actually the dude we fought earlier, so I'll take him on. Again, I'll take the BP. Unfortunately, it's only give us one BP, but that's okay. It's probably better than fighting the traffic cars. So yeah, E-Dry is a super impressor actually. The Blob-Eye GDB. Yeah, this game actually has all of the GDB impressors. It has the Bug-Eye, the Blob-Eye, and the Hawkeye. So yeah, we'll be seeing all of them in this playthrough, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah. But yeah, they're called that because of what the front of the car looks like. Again, I might show that later if I do decide to, you know, maybe get those Subarus, we shall see. But again, we already, you know, showed off what Subaru could do with the VR set, even though, again, it's technically also a Toyota, so yeah. But considering we decided to go with the Subaru VR set, and it is definitely this thing this game I'm going to count as a Subaru, so yeah. But anyway, we're actually approaching Wanderer, which I'm pretty sure is Perfect Revolution. But yeah, I'm definitely going to need Nitrous to beat him. I did have the upgrade, maybe we do take one. Hard to say because yeah, he drives a pretty good car, so I'm not so sure if I want to make him our first Wanderer. But yeah, I'll think about it. I mean, I did take on, I did try taking on, Rifle Gentleman when I was unsure, and then we ended up winning, so yeah. It's hard to say. But the thing about Wanderers is that, yeah, they are definitely worth going after this early on. Because, again, I'm actually... I mean, I'll show who the Wanderer is, because, yeah, I haven't even shown off a Wanderer in the flesh yet, except for Silent Barbarian, who's in the parking area, so yeah. But again, like I said, I do think that, yeah, this is Perfect Revolution. Because, yeah, he needs you to go into parking area 3 times. We've definitely done that, so yeah. And here he is. So yeah, Perfect Revolution is kind of weird. We'll talk about him more later if I do find him. This is what a Wanderer's introduction looks like. And there you go. So yeah, okay, Wanderers, they aren't part of any team. He's all for a team. I will need to use Nitrous to beat him. You know what? Let's take him on. I'm being a bit arrogant today. But yeah, I don't think he's going to give us an easy battle though. So yeah, let's use the Nitrous. Yeah, this guy's weird to be your first hunter because I'm pretty sure in TXR3 his requirement was that the car was engine swapped, so yeah. And yeah, we're definitely not doing that, so yeah, and that's not good. He's already catching back up, so I need him to make a mistake basically, so yeah. So this is the Wanderer battle music. It was in TXR3 as well, because again, like I said, this game, yeah, there we go. This game has a lot of remixes. Yeah, that's super, yeah, it's very good. But we are pulling away, so that's good, obviously. There we go. Worst Wanderer defeated. And not an easy one too, and yeah, I'll be sure to read all the Wanderer descriptions too. And again, he gives you a lot of BP, because again, all the Wanderers, most of the Wanderers you've seen, they're normally higher leveled at the point of the game they first appear at, so yeah. It's pretty sure he's level 13, so he'd give 15 BP, I believe. So yeah, that's really good. Okay, if you want to unlock things early in the game, then yeah, you definitely want to... If you want to unlock more things like Petri, finding Wanderers really helps, so yeah. I saw that, yeah, he used up all my Nitrous, so yeah. It would have been nice having that skill that makes it last longer, but yeah. With only one ball we have, that's okay. Anyway, just cooling down the engine a little bit. There's Victory hand sign. Who, yeah, again, we can take on to get a bit more BP out of him. Yes, yeah, I'm probably gonna take it to the parking area, maybe even change the tires too, but I think all I really want to do is, yeah, change, I mean, actually, I think I will change the tires just to be safe. But yeah, I'm probably gonna refill my nitrous, especially if I want to take on another Wanderer. So yeah. So yeah, we're already take on Wanderers. That's really cool. So yeah. As again, I wasn't sure if the BL set was good enough to take on a Wanderer, but as it turns out, it definitely is. So that's good to see. Even on the long gun too, because I'm pretty sure that Toyota Supra had a lot more power than we had. So yeah. Again, like I said, yeah, it's definitely weird that we find Perfect Revolution this early because again, he was a late game Wanderer in DXR3. So yeah. And yeah, again, you need an engine swap car from too, which yeah, that's another reason why yeah, you need to plan your route out. Unless you do a glitch, that makes that yeah, you can get the engine swap much earlier because it's dependent on the car's mileage. Or if you're on UK Plus, they're unlocked to you regardless. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm thinking I'm actually gonna play it safe and do get the tires. Let's see where the rest of Red Pollution are as well. While we're here. And yeah, just regular dialogue here. And they talk about Road Mods, who are a pretty cool team to be honest. And then they're talking about Quicks, they're talking about all the new teams apparently, so yeah. Yeah, I have my doubts about that. Anyway, your car is an FF, which is front engine front wheel drive, yeah, we mentioned that before. We did drive one, that was our starter car, the Suki Swiss, so yeah. Now we're driving an FR car, so yeah. But in terms of what I prefer, I'm not sure, because again, I like all types of cars. It could depend on game to game, because again, maybe one game prefers front wheel drive, maybe another game prefers rear wheel drive cars. Again, it's kind of a game by game basis, I think, so yeah. Anyway, let's see, refill on nitrous, which doesn't cost too much, and I think, let's look at the cost first, and then decide. Say Red Pollution, we need to take on its last two members. And yeah, that guy is a bit far away, so he might end up going... He might actually go down here and then go down the long gun, which is a bit annoying, so yeah. It does like we want to maybe challenge one of these Wanderers. This one here, I think we're just gonna keep driving, so yeah. I think I'm not gonna change the tires. I'm gonna change them at the next parking area, I think, so yeah. Let's get a bit more mileage out of them, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah. And yeah, again, the last one, he's going to be a bit annoying to catch, so yeah, we probably want to make use of the lay service. Or I'll just cut to getting to him, which I think is probably what I'm going to do, so yeah. So anyway, I'm feeling a bit more common. Let's take on a taxi. Let's finally fight Kiryu for the first time. You actually get an achievement for being a taxi in a race, so yeah. And yeah, again, I don't think they are that easy. He is keeping up with me, so yeah. But considering I beat Perfect Revolution, I think we're fine. He crashed, so there you go. He's not doing a good job of driving his taxi, so yeah. So I definitely want to show that at least once defeating a taxi in a battle, so there you go. He was only level 3 interest in us, so yeah. But again, he doesn't get BP, he's a traffic car, so yeah. Like I said, yeah, you would get achievement for, though now I already got that achievement because I did it in my first playthrough, so yeah. Anyway, after the handling thing, again, like I said, yeah, drivetrain doesn't always matter because in kart races, yeah, it doesn't matter. Pretty sure the karts don't have drivetrains, so yeah. But sometimes I do get surprised, like race level, some race across swords actually has shifting. So it makes me wonder, like, what if there was a way you could shorten the shifting time? Like you could in, like, Gran Turismo, for example, with, like, a closer gearbox? That could be really interesting, but yeah, maybe a bit too complicated for a kart racer, so yeah. Man, most arcade racing games, automatic is normally used, although yeah, but this game, yeah, again, manual is probably a lot better, so yeah, you probably want to be using that. Now, the question is, can I beat this guy before getting to the parking area? That's a good question, so yeah. I do wonder where that guy's gonna go. He could also just go down Yokane, which I think is fine too, because again, we can just go to the parking area then. That's no problem. And yeah, this guy, yeah, we have to go past the parking area. That's a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. So yeah, it does look like yeah, I probably should change my tires. But that's okay. So we got Jungle Tequila here, who drives the he actually drives an older Impreza. the GC8, which I used in my Tokyo Xtreme 3 playthroughs. That's kind of fun. Oh, yeah, you know what I should have done? I should have just, went into the parking and then changed the autos. I don't know why I didn't think to do that. I'm very dumb, apparently, because he was right next to it. We'll see. That's bad. Crashing into that. Luckily, he also did, so there we go. I mean, it could be a she too, you never know, so yeah. I think that's one problem I'm having in the cipher. I can't remember exactly if all the rivals are he or she's, unless they're very important, so yeah. But anyway, so yeah, again, there's that Wanderer. I do wonder if we should take him on or not. Probably will wait, because again, that is the Wanderer that's not marked on the map, because yeah. There's one on Napoli. Yeah, that's the one. So yeah, again, I might wait up for him. And then we'll see what happens there. I think that's Golden Hanya actually, which is interesting. Yeah, it is. So maybe we could take him on today as well, we shall see. So yeah, there I am. I'm irritated Precise Machine, I didn't really point that out, but yeah. Oh yeah, I think yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wait here, because I think it's gonna be a little bit, I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna get confused and go the wrong way and find them. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut here, and then we're gonna take on that Wanderer probably. Again, with the worn out tires, that could be a big risk, but this is Ginza. We are going down Ginza, so I think we'll be fine. So yeah, like I said, let's cut, and then let's see who this Wanderer is. Well, we might also see the other Wanderer too, so... which is Immortal Clown. Yeah, because yeah, more clans also see one, so I'll definitely show him as well. No, the Wanderer... that Wanderer went the other way. No, that's one of Napoli. Never mind, so yeah. When Napoli... I think he's Yokohane. I think it's kind of where he's going that way. But yeah, like I said, we're waiting for this guy. More clan is over here, so yeah. Okay, let's just wait for this. I think I know who it is. Let's find out. Alright, here's our next Wanderer. And yeah, I do think we can take this guy on. This is White Leopard of Yokohama. Always he's called before. I think it's just called White Leopard or something like that. He drives the Mazda 3, which we haven't actually fought one again. We haven't fought a Mazda 3 before, and it looks really cool. I really like what his looks like. He's no such either, so yeah, let's use Nitrous. Even though, yeah, like I said before, I don't think the Mazda 3 is that good, but he could definitely prove us wrong. So I used the Nitrous to overtake him. I don't remember what level he is, but yeah, I guess we'll find out after we beat him, obviously, so yeah. But yeah, he's on C1, so that could make him a little bit easier. But as you can tell, though, he isn't easy. He is still keeping up with us, although, yeah, it looks like he's set a lot around the pillars, so yeah. And there we go. Another Wanderer falls to our side, so yeah. He's level 12, so he's basically the same level as Perfect Revolution, so yeah. Alright, let's look at our map again. So all that we need to do now, really, is take on Red Pollution's last member, who is indeed going down there. So yeah, like I said, if I do go this way, I might actually be able to catch him at the parking area. So yeah, I'm probably going to cut for that. Golden Hanya, he's over here, so maybe I could catch him in the parking area too, but I doubt it. So I think I'm actually just going to end the night when we defeat Red Pollution's team leader. So yeah, I think yeah, once again, let's cut now that we defeated not that we've I don't know what I'm trying to say. Now that we've White Leopard to Yokohama, yeah, let's cut it once again, and then yeah, we'll get Red Pollution's last member. And I think I'll fight Jungle Tequila again, so yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. At the parking area, I actually took a different approach. What I did instead was I just drove down full throttle to the parking area, and as it turned out, it actually went up pretty decently. He's right there, so yeah. I also went that, yeah, I think I achieved a new top speed of 250 kilometers an hour, so that's pretty cool. Probably go a little bit faster down the Wangan, but that's okay, so yeah. Alrighty, so yeah, let's take on this guy. From Red Pollution. And then yeah, we got the team. I remember the team being very annoying, but we still have a bit of nitrous left, so that should be fine. Yeah, I was full throttle down here, and yeah, the engine didn't actually overheat, so that's cool, I guess. Again, like I said, I do think the BL set is probably a little better when it comes to that, so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't even talk much about, the handling stuff as well. I think another thing too is just, high speed cornering is one of the more fun parts of racing as well. I mean, that's the reason why, handling is so much fun too. Anyway, here's Army Joe. Let's take him on. And yeah, he did that, so that's fun. So yeah, again, high speed cornering, yeah, that's also a really big thrill. And then yeah, the kart races is interesting too, because again, I do think that handling's quite important with the drifting and stuff. I think that's also an interesting point about them. And yeah, sometimes handling is like the better choice. I think in 200cc of Mario Kart, I think handling stuff's the way it goes. So yeah. Anyway, here's the team leader for Revolution, Match Stranger. And yeah, let's use nitrous as well until we're in attack range. I think that's the best way to use it personally, but yeah, for the really strong rivals, yeah, you're probably going to be using it tons. So yeah. And yeah, we're going to get 20 wins today, and yeah, we do get the long run precisely, so that worked out really nicely. I think another reason why I didn't want to use the lasers too is, yeah, I would have actually ran into Golden Hanya, who, yeah, again, I could just run past him, but yeah, it would have been cool if we get our first interaction when we actually fight him. So yeah, let's return to the garage now. And yeah, we're full throttle Precise Machine, because yeah, I went very fast down the, the Yokohane, so yeah. So all that's left now is Golden Hanya, and then we're done with Stage 1, so that's awesome. So yeah, I don't think I want any perks, because yeah, what I'm mainly setting up for is these two, so yeah, we're gonna get those first. So yeah, let's look at the reference. There's three main things we want to look at. Here's Revolution, a multinational team composed entirely of foreigners. The reckless tyrant disregards others, thoroughly crushing developments. 4 years ago, they took advantage of the chaos caused by the invasion of Phantom 9. They signed that the deadly driving gives them an extremely bad reputation. They ride monster machines with a focus on power, but their skills are actually not that great. They frequently face machine troubles due to tuning without considering durability. So yeah, here's Rampage and Barrel, who's apparently a bartender at Mad Stranger's Casino Bar, so that's interesting. But he is a recent addition to the team, so that's cool. And yeah, again, Pride Killer, we're talking about him being an enemy, so yeah, again, the team is not really in a good place. And yeah, these guys also have foreign names, because again, they're all foreigners. He's called Oscar Barrel. Then we got Army Joe Markin, who apparently was assassinated by Japanese car culture and street racing. And he came from America, so yeah. I mean, most of these guys are American, but I guess we'll see. Alright, he's a mood maker. He prefers friends for competition. It's kind of weird for this team, but anyway. Then we got Mike Akiba, Spike Moon. And he drives the Impreza. He perceives team members owning a terrible reputation against him, so yeah. So I actually uses some of this for match in the gameplay. So he's kind of two-faced, I guess. So that's interesting. Yeah, none of these guys are that good. And yeah, Jungle Tequila is a woman. On Gyokoma. Fashion model calls herself sexy cute and frequently use risque jokes to make even blush. That's interesting. Yeah, she used to make a dirty time to make content for the strong fans. Yeah, it kind of felt like she was kind of doing something like that. Then we got Colm Hornell, Pride Killer, which again, that's an interesting name. And he is once part of the most notorious team on the Shinto Express. They pushed the current team 4 years ago. And yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure he was a member of Highway Outlaw before. But anyway. And he apparently is seeking support. He is secretly planning to take over the team. So yeah, so he's not a great person either, but yeah. And then finally, let's talk about Terry Soma, Mad Stranger. He's a casino dealer, and he's obviously the leader of Revolution. He runs a casino bar in Roppongi and loves the thrill of competition. All things serving as a dealer, rumors suggest his business practices are quite shady, and his car uses many black market parts. He appears to be a kind gentleman, but when angered, his hidden ferocity emerges. In races, he employs dangerous tactics such as aggressive lane changes, pushing, and avoiding burnouts in front of rivals to create smoke screens, making him a formidable and dangerous opponent. So there you go. Now let's go all the way down here because we fought our first Wanderers. Straight races are run solo on the Shuto Express without belonging to a team. Many of them are highly individualistic and have strong purposes, requiring various conditions to be met for battle. Let's talk about White Leopard or Yokohama first. Or Yokohama. Nakomi Utsumi, and yeah, he's a lumber distributor. In his single days, he was known for his fearless and aggressive driving style. After being married, he began secretly racing on the Shuto Expressway, and the guys are working late. However, one day, due to a mechanical issue, he returned home extremely late. And his sleepy-eyed child actually blurred out "Daddy is saying the Shuto Expressway," forcing him to confess the truth. Fortunately, his wife was on the side and became a family approved racer. A fresh mindset, he decided to switch to a new car. He used to drive a Toyota MR2. Now he drives this Mazda 3. Surprisingly, though, his visits to the Shuto Express did not increase significantly, as he seems to prioritize spending time with his family. Yeah. His condition before was that he only appeared on 1 day a week, I'm pretty sure, in TXR3. Here, it's win 10 consecutive battles. And yeah, we definitely did that, so yeah. Yes, yeah, he's a family man, he wants to spend more time with his family. Then we got Perfect Revolution. Appears after visiting Hakusaki parking area at least 3 times. So this is Toshuki Kaneshiro, Waterworks employee. A seeker of beautiful driving, he prioritizes aesthetics above speed or width. His obsession borders on neuroticism, often seen hysterically ranting at parking area, despite winning battles because the run didn't meet his standards. After losing a certain race and once dominated the Shuto Expressway years ago, he refined his technique to combine beauty with aggression, achieving a more offensive style. His collection of illustrious tales continues to grow. So, something interesting about him, he used to be called White Revolution. That's what he's called in TXR3 and early on in this game's life. But then they changed the Perfect Revolution because I guess they thought the White Revolution doesn't sound good. So, yeah. Which, to be fair, it kind of doesn't. So, yeah, in some circumstances. But anyway. Alright. I think next time we're going to be taking on Golden Hanya, and then we're going to start thinking about our plan for Stage 2. I mean, that's what we're going to do, so yeah. Maybe think about, a new car, maybe some more perks as well, so yeah, I think it makes sense to do that, so yeah. And yeah, like I said, we've defeated our first Wanderers, and we've defeated the last team too, so yeah, that's really cool. And yeah, like I said, yeah, next time, yeah, let's finish up Stage 1. So yeah, look forward to that. I'll see you guys again for that.